no rachmas makoyleni beyili de baryecho yatodi moishi yeni bishit adeni baryecho Ashrakem Yisruel Ashrakem Marabakive Ashrakem Yisruel Ashrakem Lifnai miyatem taharem Adem taharem mitahiret Lifnai miyatem taharem Adem taharem mitahiret Avichem Shabashumayim, Avichem Shabashumayim, Avichem Shabashumayim, Shabashumayim, Avichem Shabashumayim, Avichem Shabashumayim, Avichem Shabashumayim, Shabashumayim. Ve'yoymai, ve'yoymai, ve'mikva Yisruel Hashem. Ve'yoymai, ve'yoymai, ve'mikva Yisruel Hashem. Mahamikve metahayres atmayim, Mafakudish Burikim metahayres Yisruel. Mahamikve metahayres atmayim, Mafakudish Burikim metahayres Yisruel.
ל"ג שמח מכיכר השבת.
אוי רבי שמעון בר יוחאי
Shalom Aleichem. Good yantiv, good yantiv, good yantiv. Raise your hands up high if you could hear me. Good yantiv, good yantiv, good yantiv. Hands up high, wherever you are. Chevre, what a schus we have to be together. This is how the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted it to be this year. For whatever the reasons are, I'm so happy, I'm so thankful to each and every one of you that has joined us today, wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, or early evening, like many of us here in Eretz Yisrael. This has been Mamish HaMishpacha effort. I don't just mean my brother and I mean the collective Mishpacha, Am Yisrael Mishpacha. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank our sponsors of the evening tonight. I want to thank Moshe Lachman, Gary Greenstein, Aryeh Weiss, Mindy Barad, Yaakov Ehrenpreis, Mendel Weisbrod, Zelda Berkey, Rachel Burko, Rachel Burko, David Schwartz, Gabby Danieli, Robert Charnoff, Moshe Dov Nevlov, Philip Stein, Jake Itzkowitz, Menachem Penner, Itamar Yefet Rosen, David Rich, my dear Chaver Yonatan Bellows, Sarah Eisen. This has been, we'll speak about them also again a little bit later, but this has been a Mishpacha event. Chaver, you've heard of so many shmuzes already. You've heard so many Taryalach, which we can never get enough of. Time to hear now Taryalach through the Nagina. I'm so happy and honored to ask my dear brother and for Akaway, my brother Eitan, to lead it off.
Ashreinu matayv chelkeinu, manayim egayid aleinu. 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 Ashreinu matayv chelkeinu, manayim Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, manayim gayid aleinu. 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 Madam Gaino, Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, manayim gayid aleinu. Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, manayim gayid aleinu. Biskuli sharei tzedek, avoy v'amoydeka. Biskuli sharei tzedek, avoy v'amoydeka. Ze ashar LaHashem, tzadikim yavoyu bo. Ze ashar LaHashem, tzadikim yavoyu bo. Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, behilu LaBaOmer yochai. Manayim gayid aleinu, behilu LaBaOmer yochai. Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, behilu LaBaOmer yochai. Manayim gayid aleinu, behilu LaBaOmer yochai. Good luck, BaOmer, everybody. What an honor it is to be part of this event today, this afternoon, tonight, wherever you might be. We're gonna sing some nigunim, maybe share some divrei Torah, and something about, I don't know about you, but there's something about the LaBaOmer tone of nigunim that just it just goes straight to the heart. I don't even know what to say. When you hear those, you hear the clarinet, you hear the drums, you hear the Hasidim dancing wherever they are, and it's Ashreinu matayim chelkeinu, manayim gayid aleinu. La la da 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 la la da da la 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 da 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 la 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 hey la la da da la da la la da da la hey la da da la da la la hey la la da da la da la da da la hey la da 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 hey 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 la da da la da la da da la hey la da da la Clap your hands, let's go! Hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. Hi ya ya la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. Da 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 Chaim Tovim L'Shalom. Just water. Don't worry, Baruch Hashem. It's only 10:30 here. Anyways, I want to share just something, a quick word or two. Before we begin, I was zocher about 10 years ago to learn in the Mir Yeshiva for a short tkufa, and I sat next to the second Seder. I sat next to a group of Chassidish Kollel Chevra, really sweet. And we used to speak a lot, and one of them told me a very interesting story. Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, the Rosh Yeshiva, the Mir, he said he was a straight guy in a Gadol Hadar Litvak, and you know, LaBaOmer is just to say a day you might not say Tachanun, but that's about it. But he said, you know the reason, he was saying in the Mir Yeshiva you had Litvishers, you had Chassidish people, all different types. And there was a big difference between them because you saw that the Chassidishers used to sit there and learn with the hat and jacket on while they were learning. And the Litvish Chaver would sit there with the white shirt on, just, you know, whatever. And he said, in the Shmuz, he said, you know why this is so? He said, because by the Chassidishers, learning is an Avaida. And when you're doing an Avaida, you put your hat and jacket on, right? It's proper. Says, but by Chassidish, but by the Litvishers, learning is life. And life is just, I have my turn, it's life. So the Chassidish guy said to me, he says, what the Heilige Rosh Yeshiva didn't understand, Kiviyachol, is that by Chassidishers, Avodah is life. That's the difference. So hat and jacket, it's not just life is all Avodah. And that's, and of course, really, we all know there's no machlekes. Really, there's no machlekes. Elu ve'elu, divrei Elokim Chaim. Everybody knows that Avodas Hashem is life. I want to just share that because we see that what Reb Shimon, and again, I feel very uncomfortable even speaking about like what I think or what I feel about Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, but the fact is I'm a Yid and I have a neshama, and I have, Hashem gave me just the fact that I exist. Hashem gave a certain level of expression in my heart to give over to myself, to you. So I want to share a little bit more, but maybe we'll sing a couple more Nigunim before we continue. Let's go, Schlazer. צדיק גדול רבי שמעון שמו הסתתר במערה יחד עם בנו הרמאים הרשעים רצו להרוג אותו אבל השם שמר עליו הציל אותו במירון שם רבי שמעון אדוננו בר יוחאי במירון שם רבי שמעון אדוננו. Let's go, clap your hands, clap, ho, ho, ho. Let's go, 1, 2, 3, and במאי צדיק גדול רבי שמעון שמו יאללה אבא הרמאים הרשעים רצו להרוג אותו אבל השם שמר עליו הציל אותו במירון רבי שמעון אדוננו בר יוחאי במירון שם רבי שמעון אדוננו היי לה 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 במירון שם רבי שמעון היי אדוננו היי בר יוחאי. L'chaim, everybody. Beautiful, Baruch Hashem. So nice to see everybody. This כולם ביחד לשיר איתי היי נשם עליו ויגור עליו תוסה חלם עליו הנשם עליו היי הנשם Baruch HaShem, this is already, I think it's the 18th year. It's the 18th year that I was zochet to spend LaBaOmer with my Rebbe, with our Rebbe, Rav Moshe Weinberger. It's 18 years, 2 years before I got married. I remember getting a call from my dear friend, Avi Feinberg, somewhere over here, right? Avi, you're there. And coming to Aish with a couple of hundred people, 200-300 people in the basement. And since then, it's grown to 1,600 people. Last night was back to 14 people, but it's fine. But I'm mentioning this because I want to explain, I want to just tell you from my heart a little bit about what LaBaOmer means to me and what Pnimius HaTorah means to me. And of course, it means a lot to different people based on how much you know, and in my case, how much I don't know. And I'll tell you like this. Rav Weinberger said over a Torah that I'll never forget. One second, I forgot that you guys could probably hear all the messages coming through. He said over the following Torah, and I want to tell you the story. He said, this was back in, I remember it was in the basement in Aish. This must have been at least, 15, 16 years ago. He said, the Gemara says, the Mishnah says, Ha'ish mekadesh boy b'shlucho. The Mishnah says a halachic statement. Ha'ish mekadesh, a man can be mekadesh, betroth a woman, either through himself, or b'shlucho, or he could send a shliach to go be mekadesh a woman. And that's just, we're talking straight Mishnah, straight halacha, but what a person can do on the halachas of Kiddushin. So Rebbe quoted the Rishner. First he said the Gemara's question. Usually we all know that the Mishnah is not going to tell us something that we could learn out from something else. The Gemara could have said, the Gemara says two things. The Mishnah says two things. The Mishnah says that an ish can be mekadesh either through himself, or the bigger chiddush, or something that I wouldn't have thought of, through a shliach, through a messenger, through a proxy. And the Gemara asks the following question: Hashta b'shlucha bo mibaya. If I tell you that I can be mekadesh with a shliach, so then for sure I can be mekadesh through himself. So why does the Mishnah say both bo and b'shliach? It could have just said that the ish is mekadesh just with a shliach, just with a proxy, and then I would have known if I could do it with somebody that's not even me, so of course I could do it myself. That was the Gemara's question. So Rebbe said, the way that Tsadikim look at Chazal, the way Tsadikim look at the Gemara is not the way regular people. I could just look at that Gemara and see the halacha and the back and forth about what the Gemara means. But the Heilige Rishner says, the Mishnah is not just talking about the halacha. The Mishnah is talking about something much deeper than that. Ha'ish mekadesh, who's the ultimate ish HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Who's his ultimate companion, desirable partner, Am Yisrael? So Ha'ish mekadesh, Ha'ish HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mekadesh, is sanctifies us and connects to us in two fashions. Boy, it's mamish through him, a direct relationship, or in galus b'shlucho. We don't see him so clearly. It's through a proxy. It's through a messenger. Those are the two states of the world. Either the relationship is mamish boy or it's b'shlucha. Says the Heilige Rishner, this is the way you learn the Gemara. Hashta b'shlucha. Now, hashta, in galus, it's b'shlucha. It's through a proxy. Boy mi baya. But we want it to be mamish through him. What a Torah. The Gemara says, asks a halachic question, but the way the Rishner looks at it, he saw the Gemara, and he saw the message is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right now we're in Galus, it's B'shlucha, but we want boy, we want him, mibaya. So that's a beautiful Torah. But you know what happened to me? My heart exploded. My heart, literally, I was sitting there on the edge of my seat. I couldn't believe what I heard. I couldn't believe that there's such Pnimius. Of course, when you're learning Zayar HaKadosh, when you're learning all the Svarim HaKadoshim, when you're singing Nigunim, of course you feel mamish like spiritually elevated. But Pnimius HaTorah means that you could look at the most mundane Mishnah and see the deepest message you've ever heard in your life through a Pashut Mishnah in Maseches Kiddushin. By the way, the story is that I was learning in Maryland at the time, and I came back to yeshiva after that, and I ran over and I told somebody this Torah, and he looks at me and he says, "That's not pshat." I was like, "Oh gosh," right? That's not the point. The point is that there's pshat, but there's also so many deeper levels of what the Torah wants to tell us. And before we sing a niggun, I want to share my own thing that I saw. Not my own thing. Who knows my own thing? But just in continuing this idea of that Pnimis HaTorah is in the most quote unquote regular Mishnayos and Halachos. The Mishnah in BaOmer Perek Vav speaks about the people that are chayav for lighting a fire or spreading a fire. How much you're chayav? So the Mishnah says, "Ad kama tavar hadleka." How much space, if a person, let's say, lights his fire in his backyard, right? So how much space do we allow the fire to spread without him being chayav? I mean, how much do we expect a fire by itself to spread? If let's say I have, 2 miles of land and there's nothing there but rocks, and somehow the fire spread more than that, I might not be chayav on that. Very practical halacha. So we have a machlokes. Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah says this. He says this amount. Rabbi Eliezer says this amount of distance. And Rabbi Akiva says this amount of distance. Says Rabbi Shimon, Omer, Hakol lefi hadleka. You have to view each fire as it's its own fire and establish based on the size of the fire, the size of the field, the size whatever it is. I can't give a set amount for how much. Hakol lefi hadleka. And I want to tell you, when I read this, my heart sank. Because we know that everything has pnimius to it. And we know that just like a person can light a physical fire in his backyard, and we want to know how much it could spread, therefore a person can also light a pnimius fire inside. And Rabbi Shimon, the holy Rabbi Shimon, is telling us, you're right, in the halachas of damages, you have to evaluate the fire. But it's the same thing in the halachas of pnimius. Hakol lefi hadleika. If a person ignites a big fire inside of him, then the fire will spread even longer, even more. That's what we expect. Your responsibility is going to be that the fire is going to spread mamish forever. Hakol lefi hadleika. The fire of Rabbi Shimon that we're celebrating right now is not just the fire we're talking about in BaOmer. It's not just the fire we're talking about, the bonfires, the physical bonfires. But Rabbi Sai, my dear friends, family, we have to ignite the fire within ourselves, the medura. We have to be collecting wood all year long to light that fire inside of us. And maybe be zoichet to be mamish with Mashiach Tzidkenu, with the fire of all fires, the fire of the Ma'aracha, the fire of the Mizbeach, the fire of the connection between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Am Yisrael, igniting and shining bright. Everyone sing with me. Let's go. I want to see everybody, if you can get up from your seat for a second and clap and dance. Let's go. Let's go, Yuri. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Chag Sameach, everybody. Good luck, BaOmer. Shekayach, thank you for having me.
Eitan, Shkoyach, good yantiv, Atzlacha Rabba, and the rest of the day. I'm sure you're gonna have the privilege of being with a lot more Yidden, so keep it strong, and hopefully we'll see by Motzei LaBaOmer back here. Bezrat Hashem. Shekayach, thank you so much, bro. Love you and miss you. You know, I speak on behalf of all three of us that are privileged to share music with you today. I'm sure that a project like ours, in my case over here, the Shlomo Katz project, but in so many different projects and different careers and different lives, there's been a person that believed in you from a young age. There's been a person that really, to a certain extent, helped you develop your own wings. There's been a person who does it quietly, in a very humble way, in a very personal way, in a very private way, but in a way that makes you really feel that there's a chevraya kadisha, that there's a whole chevra that's together. And that's why I find it to be be'emet, a very humbling privilege to have one of my best friends in the world, Rabbi Judah Mischel, to come and open our hearts even more, and share with us some Torah, share with us some connection. We'll be having our dear Chaver Yosef Karduner soon as well. So thank you all for being with us, Brother Judah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to see everybody. It's really, really amazing to share. B'hai chibura dilach di Yosef Razoar yifkun bei min galusa barachmei. That's what Rav Shimon said. That with his chibur, with his composition of the Zohar, we'll be able to come out of exile with compassion. B'hai chibura dilach. With this composition, with this chibur. But chibur doesn't just mean a book, doesn't just mean a composition, that which Rav Shimon spread to the world in his formal teachings. But chibura comes from the language of chaver, of litchaber, of being connected. And there's no one I'd rather be with more today than all of you. And I tell you, Rav Shlomo, the rule in our house is I'm not really allowed to speak on anybody's behalf. But Ava Mekalkelet Ashura, what a special privilege to be able to share it together with you and with Rabbi Eitan and Yosef, real friends inside the cave and out. Like Rav Shimon said, you know, every society, every culture, every chevra, every group, every family has its own currency. Like every country has its currency and has its own exchange rate. but the currency that Reb Shimon Bar Yochai was working with was a currency called love, called Ahavas Nefesh, a love of sharing, a love of vulnerability, a love that creates an environment where people can share sodot, can share their secrets. Anan b'chavivusa talia milsa, that's what Reb Shimon said. And maybe in other places, gold and silver are valued, and maybe in other places, it's good to have cattle and real estate. But for us, for me, Reb Shimon said, b'chavivusa talia milsa. The main thing, the main currency, the main value is chavivut, is love, friendship, connection, chibur. The letters, the Rosh Tevos of Anan b'chavivusa talia milsa, are the words be'emes, be'emet, as in v'taher libeinu la'avdecha be'emes. And I think I could say for all of us, and I say this to Rav Shimon and to the Mashpia, to Shoshana, and to everyone at the Shlomo Katz project, and to Rav Shlomo specifically, thank you so much for helping us during these past 12 years of this crazy tekufa. And HaShem should help that we should be zocheh to continue to serve HaShem together, to strive to serve HaShem together be'emes. Anan b'chavivusa talia milsa, and the schus of Reb Shimon should be with revealed good for all of us. And thank you so much for the great privilege to be able to be here together. It's just only love and only good. L'chaim, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim. When Rabbi Eitan mentioned Rav Weinberger, Lag BaOmer by Rav Weinberger, I had something else I wanted to say, but I have to share this. 20 years ago was our first Lag BaOmer married, which went better than our first Purim married, thank God. But our first Lag BaOmer married, I went Lag BaOmer night, had a couple chevra. I was teaching in high school then, teaching in Frisch, and we had a group of 10th grade guys that we would learn together a couple of mornings a week during breakfast. I don't remember what we called it. I don't remember. We might have had some type of cool name, some type of Cocoa Club or something like that, or Chavraya Kedisha. I don't remember exactly what. The Breakfast Club, maybe, could be. We would learn from Rav Yaakov Meir Shechter, something from Leket Amarim together, and it was really special. It was very, very special. So Lag BaOmer was our big pilgrimage, our big outing. And we went to the Ohel, and we had a barbecue, and then we drove out to the 5 towns for the Hilula. At the time, it was in the gym, in the Hask gym, across from the old shul. And I arranged with Rav Weinberger, that before the event, before the happening, that the Rav would speak to us for a couple minutes just to give the guys, some Shalom Aleichem, something, take a picture with him, something like that, just some type of exposure. Afterwards, we went from the OL to Rav Weinberger, and then afterwards we drove to New Squares, trying to make it, the Chavaya train, whatever, trying to do whatever we could. Anyways, I was very excited about it. It obviously meant a lot. And when we had that time with Rav Weinberger, so he said to the boys, I understand you're learning a very special sefer together in the mornings. That you're learning some very special Torah. And one of the guys pipes up and is like, yeah, Rav Judah tells us awesome stories. So Weinberger said, what kind of stories? I'm like, oh no, He's like, he told us really crazy stories, like the Baba Sali was on a magic carpet and he flew from Poland and he went all the way to the Baal Shem Tov, and then I don't know, something with a dragon and something, and used Hashem's name to kill a dragon and saved a princess, whatever, whatever. It was crazy, great stories. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is my moment, and Weinberger's like, oh, that's so nice, whatever, he kind of patted me on the head or whatever it was. The guys, had their moment, took their picture. They went on to grab some snacks. I kind of must have looked at Weinberger I'm sorry that I wasted your time. And he smiled and he gave me such a good word. And Lag BaOmer, I remember it. He said, keep building them up. Just help them believe. Just keep doing it. Tell them stories. Tell them stories of Tsadikim. Tell them wild stories of Tsadikim. Just help them believe that they have a shaychus to Kedusha. That the world of Kedusha is their world. That the world of Nistar and the world of Tsadikim and the fantastic world and of wild stories of incredible infinite possibilities is something that belongs to them. That they have a shaykhus to Kedusha. Now the stories of Tsadikim on BaOmer just bring us back to the Gemara on Shabbos. Story of Reb Shimon and his son who came out of the cave after 12 years of being with HaShem and only HaShem, of not being in the world of doing, but just being in a world that was just them and HaShem, like being in the womb, being in the midbar, surrounded by Amnei HaKavod, subsisting completely from Hashem, from Hashem's hand. When they came out of the cave, it was such an anathema. Olam Hazeh was such an anathema. The world of work, the world of doing, the world of measurements, of hishtadlus, chai sha'a, the temporal, the mundane, the earthliness of the material world was so beyond his comprehension. He burnt it up. He couldn't tolerate it. He couldn't coexist in that world, and literally saw a person in the field working, doing, trying to plant and sow and reap. And Rashbi Rav Shimon Bar Yochai couldn't handle it and burnt up the entire field. B'nai Shalom sent Shimon back into the cave. Said, "This is not why I brought you into the world. This is not why you went through this experience." And only a year later, when he came out, he saw someone, an older man, holding hadassim. And he said to him, "Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you busy with these hadassim?" And he said, "I have these myrtle branches, and I'm preparing for Shabbos. One is for Shamor, one is for Zachar, and I'm preparing for Shabbos." And Reb Shimon had learned the lesson. He internalized what Hashem was hoping he would get and said, how beautiful it is when Klal Yisrael are doing mitzvahs, preparing for Shabbos. Now, Rebbe likes to suggest that nothing changed in the world. Just Reb Shimon changed. Something happened in him. And that man who he saw carrying the myrtles, those myrtles were what he had planted a year before. It was the same man. It was the same person in the field who was planting and then a year later had harvested his myrtles. And then Reb Shimon understood, wow, there's a process. There's such a thing as being in the world, as preparing for Shabbos, as having to invest ourselves physically, of creating a dira b'tachtonim. That our lives, our day-to-day lives, living in the world, planting, sowing, reaping, schlepping, doing, spreadsheets, real estate, business, lo yedema. Our world, our lives, we are a gilui of kvod shamayim. That our lives are a kiddush Hashem, and that there's no separation between us and God when we're in the world of chai shah, because all we have is that moment. There's a Torah from the Karliner that comes up around this time of year. That the Karliner said, Rabbi Karlin said that in the pasuk in Eov, when Eov declares, "Mibsari echazeh Eloha," that through my flesh I'll see Hashem. Mibsari, bisari, the same letters as Rashbi. That what Reb Shimon Bar Yochai fixed, what he learned, what he internalized after emerging that second time from the cave, was that mibsari, from my world, from my flesh, I can cultivate dveikus, I can see God. Samalacha nafshi, our souls thirst for God. The yearning for God, transcendence, our cry to transcend, to be with Hashem outside of ourselves, is the beginning of the pasuk. The continuation, kama lecha b'sari, that our bodies, that literally our flesh, that our flesh and bone, our physical selves yearn for an attachment to Hashem. The Maggid of Mezrich said is in an even higher level. That we start with samalacha nafshi, with the soul thirsting for God. Once we've achieved that level, we can be zoche to our flesh, kamalacha basari, that our flesh can yearn for God. Masai avo ve'ira'eh pnei Elokim. And as David HaMelech expresses and cries out, Masai avo, when will I be able to reach the level of ve'ira'eh pnei Elokim? Literally the face of God. Said the Maggid of Mezrich, through the koch of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, through BaOmer, the avoda of BaOmer, we can reach kamalacha Besari, Osios Rashbi. BaOmer connects us through that thirst to Pnei Elokim, seeing God through our flesh. One of the fundamental teachings of the Zohar Kadosh, this chibura, of this amazing composition, one of the most essential teachings Aleph Beis of Zohar, is that there's one reality in the universe. Maybe on the outside it seems there's different ideas, there's different bodies, there's different directions. But there's really one truth, one eternal truth in the world. Kutshabrichu, Yisrael, Va'oraisa. The Ribbon Shalom, the Ein Sof, God Himself, who's Mamale U'Masaviv Kol Almin, Klal Yisrael, and Torah are all one. We're all rooted in the same supernal oneness. Rav Nosson Breslover would say that he can give pshat in every Gemara and every Mishnah. He can give pshat in all of the revealed Torah and all of the concealed Torah, every teaching in the Zohar and every secret of the Ariyah Kadosh. But to give pshat in the most simple Jew, Eini Yodea, that I'll never know. Yisrael, a Yid, the Kedusha of a Jew, the Kedusha of the flesh of a Jew, the body of a Jew, of the day-to-day life of a Jew, of the planting and sowing and reaping of a Yid, are all the secrets of the Torah. And the Ein Sof of HaShem, all in one, manifest. Masai Avo ve'era Pnei Elokim. Pnei Elokim is revealed in the face of a Jew who's living in the world. The possibility of LaBaOmer. The gift of Reb Shimon Bar Yochai on this day and always is Mibsari Echaz Elokav. Through our mangal, through our sitting together by a fire, through our sitting at a screen on a computer, eating, drinking, being involved in our day-to-day lives, in our homes, in our families, in the street, in the field. Mibsari Echaz Elokav. Reb Shimon Bar Yochai says, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Beyond having a shaychus to the world of tzadikim, to the wild stories of flying carpets and the Rebbe taking off his gartel and walking across the raging waters and using Shem HaShem to neutralize enemies and all sorts of wild stories that are important, that are beautiful because it just expands our sense of self and our sense of possibility for our lives in the world. He brings us in touch with something beyond ourselves, with the infinite. Beyond having a shaychus to this world of tzadikim, what's more important than that is that we begin to be able to see ourselves as those tzadikim. That we're not just part of the story, but that we ourselves are the story. That's LaBaOmer. That's the kedusha of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Mibsari, from my flesh, from my life, echazeh Elokah. I can sense God. I can draw close. Tzamalacha nafshi, my soul. Kamalacha besari, my flesh, my life, my day-to-day hishtadlus. My effort in the world to be a Jew who's living with a consciousness, with a heightened awareness. Masai avo ve'ira pnei Elokim. You know when we're going to be zoch to see pnei Elokim? When we'll be able to greet the Tana Eloki, the godly Tana. Rav Shlomo Bar Yochai is when we begin to believe it in ourselves. So what's so special to be here together today is that for a few minutes we can begin to attach ourselves not just to the story and imagine ourselves as part of it, but Emir Hashem to continue to believe that we are that story. Chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. We could listen to you forever. And Be'ezer Hashem, I plan on it. All right, Chaim. Thank you once again, Rav Judah. Thank you, Eitan. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. So, if anybody can awaken us, if there's anyone out there that could awaken us, it's today. If there's there's a day that could waken us up, it's today. If there's a song that could really waken us up, I really believe it's this one. And if you know it, sing with me, please. This is in honor of my chaver, Rav Eli Mischel. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of children that long for you, whose every life's breath is a cry for your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that thirst for you, whose every life's breath is a drink of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that do for you, whose every life's breath is a deed of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that think about you, whose every life's breath is a thought of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that live for you, whose every life's breath is life for your love. Chaver, before we sing this next piece, a 21-year-old Gibor Yisrael, a Chayal Kadosh Kodesh Kodashim. Just yesterday, he's an only child, and he gave his life so that you and I could celebrate, can be together. So we ask you, Ribono Shel Olam, in honor and memory of this Chayal, and for all the children who gave their lives for you, wake us up, waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that die for you, because every life's breath is death for your love. that do not know, in the eyes of the children that long for you, whose every life's breath is a cry for your love. Come on, Chevra, are we winning? I feel like we're winning. We gotta take it up a notch, everyone. Talking to myself. You gotta get your act together. Let's go. Thank you again for being with us. I want us all to give a big yesher koach to my dear, dear Chaver, Reb Shimon Detweiler, the man behind the scenes, the person that made sure that this could all work, this could all happen. I want to tell you how I get over my intimidation of LaBaOmer. Every year this happens. But last year it actually changed. Last year was the first time I told my Chaver that I actually went up to Meron on LaBaOmer. I can't say in words what it was because that would diminish from it. It was something else. And when I got home LaBaOmer, right around this time, a little bit before now, a bunch of my friends' houses went up in flames in Moshav Mevo Modi'in. right around now. Last year, LaBaOmer was the highest of the high and the absolute lowest of the low. I call it Olam Hazeh. That's what LaBaOmer was for me last year. So what keeps you strong between the highest of the high and the lowest of the low? Ahavas Olam. If I didn't know that there's such a concept called Ahavat Olam, that there's this level of love that completely surpasses reason and logic, it defies everything in this world, then that ending of last year's LaBaOmer would not have brought me to wanting to be together with anybody this year, LaBaOmer. But I want to thank my Rebbe, Rav Weinberger, for creating the space for certain feelings, emotions, and nigunim to be expressed, especially this nigun. Ve'avas olam ahavti al kein meshachti chased ve'avas olam ahavti al kein meshachti chased ehodim yamushu ve'agevos temutena vechasdim meiteh lo yamut.
Should I send the video or no?
Ehodim
Hello?
yamushu ve'agevos temutena vechasdim meiteh lo yamut. An everlasting love, I have loved you, for this I have drawn you with my love. An everlasting love, I have loved you, for this I have drawn you with my love. The mountains will crumble and the hillside will fade away, but my love for you will not end. The mountains will crumble and the hillside will fade away, but my love for you will not end. Sing with me. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, oh do 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 do. Da da da, oh do do. Da 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 da, do 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 do. Da 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 da, di da di 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 di, do do do. From the beginning, ve'avas olam avtich al kein meshachti chased. An everlasting love, I have loved you, for this I have drawn you with my love. The mountains will crumble and the hillside will fade away, but my love for you will not end. The mountains will crumble and the brother's right. There's something about the nigunim of Meron. There's something about those clarinets. There's something in that groove. Whenever I hear like, I feel like I've been actually holy my whole life. I know. It's pretty wacky. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, l'chok datanu Elokai, Rabbi Shimon Tzadikai. Oy doy 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 doy, ay mama, oy 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 oy. This is a niggun all the way from Anatolia. You know it? Please join me. Yourselves. BaOmer is the day of Refuah Sanefesh. It's also a big day for Refuah Saguf. So I want to dedicate this niggun in honor of a dear friend of ours who's right now in Florida. The Refuah's Rosa Paz Fega, Itamar Rosen. Your Ima is with us every second. Every second. Sing with me. Okay, Chevra, I want to sing just a bit more before we continue, and to tell you that if I want to describe my feeling of walking up the mountain of Meron, I would probably describe, it's a similar feeling that I had to walking up the mountain in Breslov. Any of you that went to go visit Reb Nassim, you know what I'm talking about, those stairs, and that guy that reminds you that he knows Yisrael Dagan, that asks you for money over there. It's a whole experience. But I dafka thought about him because that feeling that I had whenever I walk up to in Breslov was the same experience that I had walking up Meron, and probably imagining what Reb Shimon Bar Yochai had in mind. As we all know, Reb Shimon ben Yochai, Rabbi Nachman ben Simcha, same gematria, same shorish neshama, Meron, Uman. You don't need proofs or gematrias to know that it's all chada, it's all one. But this is what I pray for myself, and what I pray for my chevra here, and what I pray for all of us that are in Eretz Yisrael as we slowly coming out of isolation. So this is a song written by Yisrael Dagan, and it describes a sentence that Reb Nachman said to his top Hasidim. He said, no, you're all holy. You're all kosher. Akol beseder. You're all from. But that wasn't my kavanah of why we came together. I don't think that's why the Rebbeinu Shalom put you and I together because of that. I wanted you to be like howling animals, full nights out there in the forest. This song has changed my life. And I imagine Reb Shimon said the same thing to his chevra in his words. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, כולם אהובים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. It's true, you're all fine, you're all good. You're probably gonna go to Gan Eden. It's all okay. That's not why we became together. Because why? רציתי שתהיו, I wanted so much more, כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. I wanted you to scream all night long. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. רציתי שתהיו, אני רוצה להיות כמו חיה כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. Rav Judah's organization, Sama Nafshi, is exactly about that. Sama Nafshi, you gotta be hungry in order to scream all night. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות. I wanted you to be like חיות הנועמות. Please, God, we're on our way. Rav Judah, please continue to pour the acid on the heart.
I'm glad you only unmuted me now, because it's better that people didn't hear the howling and barking and mooing that was going on here. Ashrecha, ashrecha. That famous Gemara in Shabbos that describes what was happening after the Churban, that world of uncertainty and just being on the edge of giving up. The majority that was expressed by the Rabbanan, they were just afraid of what was going to happen. They said, Atida, Asida, Torah shetishtachach miYisrael. They saw that the future of Yiddishkeit was going to be that Torah would be forgotten from Am Yisrael. There was a fear, like a real palpable fear, that an exile would forget Torah and mitzvos, that without a Beis HaMikdash, without a centralized Jewish life, without a framework, without 1/3 of the mitzvos that we had, that we're instructed to keep, without a Beis HaMikdash, we would forget. We'd forget Torah. And more than that, more than the details that we might forget, the Rabbanan were concerned that we would forget Eretz Yisrael, that we'd forget our place in the world, we'd forget ourselves. Meaning we'd forget our mission, we'd forget our purpose. We would just forget who we are. Shimon ben Yochai Omer, Rashbi said, Chas v'shalom, it's not going to happen. Chas v'shalom tishachach Torah miYisrael. It won't happen. There's a pasuk in Parshas Vayelech that we read before the Yom Narayim. Ki lo tishachach mipi zara. That Torah won't be forgotten from our children. That there's no such thing as Klal Yisrael without Oraisa. That it won't happen. That the Jewish people will forever forget Torah. That we would be disconnected. There's no such thing as a Jew who's disconnected. The Rabbanan, the majority, the leadership saw Yush. They saw the hopelessness, the helplessness of exile. And for them, the fear was paralyzing. But for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who saw after the Churban, he was after the Yush of the Churban. Said that when everything is destroyed and everything is lost, there's still something there. There's still something here. That on the outside, maybe nothing makes sense. On the outside, everything is gone. But on the inside, there's still a sod. There's still something there beneath the surface. Everything in this world has an outside. And everything in this world has an inside. Or the way Rabbi Nachman said, everything in the world has a heart. And even the heart of the world has a heart. Everything that has an outside also has an inside. Bar Yochai bekodesh hakadashim. Shimon Bar Yochai works from the inside out, from the place of Holy of Holies. Lifnai v'lifnim, inside. Shemen mishchas kodesh. Levushe choshen tumecha borecha. Shimon Bar Yochai is the holiness of the Kohen Gadol that's drawing from the deepest, most inside place. That's beyond what we know. That's beyond what we do. So often in our world, we see ourselves and we see each other. We rank ourselves. We see our self-worth based on what we accomplish. Maybe what we understand, how much we have, how much we're able to do, what our abilities are. Maybe where we live or what we own. Or maybe even how much Torah we know or how many mitzvahs we keep. Those are also levushim. Those are also outside in a certain sense. But Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is beyond that world of structure, of form, of outside. Because even a temple Even a Beis HaMikdash is a specific place, is made of stone. And even Torah and mitzvos are called adornments in the Zohar. They're levushim. They can be taken on and taken off. We have good days and we have better days. We have ups and we have downs. But in the world of essence, it's not a question of what we do or what we don't do, because we all do different things. In the world of essence, the world of Sod, in the world of Rav Shlomo Bar Yochai, Lifnai v'Lifnim, beneath the surface, inside, the question is not what we do, but what we are, who we are. The world of self, the world of soul. That's the world of Sod. A number of years ago, I had the schus to be in Meron and Tzfat with my Rebbe, with Kluger. I mean, earlier today, I was sitting here at the bonfire and we were talking and telling stories, and I was trying to add up. I probably went to Meron in the last, 9-10 years with Kluger, probably 30-40 times. But the first time that we went to Rav Shlomo Bar Yochai, for the last 2 hours of driving, they didn't say a word. Not a word. And when we got to the parking lot, I didn't say anything. He said, Kama sha'ot. I said, no problem. And he has Amin, my cell phone will be on. 3 hours went by, called my phone, we met in the parking lot, got in the car, not a word. As we got to the bottom of the hill, I said, where are we going? I don't know. I didn't expect that we were going out to eat, but what's next? And he said, Bon Alela Ariya Kadosh. I said, sure. It was already around 1 o'clock in the morning. By the time we got to Tzfat and made it to that top part, it was already, 1:30 or so. And we started walking down from around the top of the Mikveh Ari toward the Tzion, toward the resting place of the Ariya Kadosh, 1,500 years or so after Rav Shlomo Bar Yochai brought those teachings just one step further, one step more inside, one step more closer for us to actualize. And as we kind of got closer, it was pitch black. There wasn't a soul in the Beis HaChaim, in the cemetery. Kluger asked me, turned to me and said, Ata ma'amin, do you believe that Rav Shlomo Bar Yochai was happy to see you today? I kind of shrugged my shoulders, and it was literally the first conversation that had been exchanged in, 6 hours. I said, Ulai, yachol liot. He stopped, dead in his tracks. And he turned to me with like a disturbed look and said, do you believe at all? Do you believe at all that the Ariya Kadosh is excited to see you, is looking forward to you being here, and is happy that you came? I said, Yachol liot, and mikavesh came. And he looked so sad, so disappointed. He just said, Chaval. Like, go back to the car. You might as well go back to the car. Like, shvu lachem po, shvu lachem po, like, wait here with the donkey while I go up to the Akeda, to Yishmael and the donkey. Just shvu lachem po, like, wait here, like, chaval. And he walked ahead. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I was like out of sorts a little bit. I was kind of like thrown off. And I said, no. Ani ma'amin, I believe. I want to believe. I wrote Selah Amin. I want to believe. And he just kept walking. So I followed along. And after a couple hours of sitting there by the Ariya Kadosh, just thinking, stewing in my own juices of regret, like, why didn't I just say yes? Or why didn't I really believe yes? Like, chaval, like, do I believe? How do I, can I actually believe that Reb Shimon Bar Yochai was excited to see me, that the godly Reb Yitzchak Luria, the Ariya Kadosh, was interested in me? I'd never thought of it before. I learned some of the Torahs. I said some stories. I davened there. I bang out a tikkun kloli. I don't know, I've marked the yard sites. And I'm there. It's on brand for me to be connected to these people. But did I ever think for a moment that really, really, really inside, they want a shaychus with me? I know I aspire to have some type of shaychus to that world, but I never really thought if the way they looked at me I turned to the Rav and I said, "Ani choshev shem kain." And then he looked at me. Now it's probably, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Looked at me and said, "And are you ready? Ata muchan legalot et hasodot shelcha leReb Shimon v'la'Ari HaKadosh? Are you ready to tell your secrets to the Tsadikim?" And then my heart broke in a million ways, and I just started crying. And again, like the worst thing you could possibly hear someone who you look up to, whether it's a parent or a teacher, say to you is just like, chaval. Because we associate the world of secrets with being something so dark. I have a dirty secret. I have a dark secret, something that I'm ashamed of, something that I did wrong, something that I did bad, a moment of pain, of guilt, of negativity, of failure. That's what a secret is, right? That's not a secret. Everyone has an internet history that they don't want to have published in the newspaper. All of us have moments where we fell short of what we aspire to be. We've all had moments where we said things and did things that we are embarrassed of. There's no secret that we're imperfect. There's no secret that we make mistakes, that we do averos. That's not called sod. That's not called a secret. What we receive from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and all of those who come after him, that carry on his path from the Ari HaKadosh, the Baal Shem Tov, to Rabbeinu, and to us, is that the world of sod, that I'm asking myself, am I ready to reveal it to them? Is do I know that beneath all of that rubble, beneath all of that destruction and chaos and shame and brokenness and failure, there's something there that's so much stronger, that's so much more eternal, that there's something so beautiful and bright and good and holy and pure called the neshama, and that's the sod. That's the secret. The secret is not the brokenness. The secret is not the failure. Everyone knows that we're imperfect, and then we're all kind of walking around in this Mexican standoff, posing. But the love and brotherhood and friendship and trust in the community that was formed by Rav Shimon Bar Yochai and that we're all aspiring toward, to serve God in truth, be'emes, anan b'chavivus tal yemilsa, that love creates a vulnerability where we can share not what we've done wrong. We don't have confessionals, but to be able to say a good word about ourselves. That's the sod. That's the world of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. The famous Hakdama, the famous introduction to Likutei Moharan, that's in a gigantic marble plaque at the entrance of the cave, the tzien of Rashbi and Meiron. Like Rav Shlomo said, anybody who needs a gematria, a Roshei Tevos or a Sofei Tevos, to prove, so to speak, the correlation between Reb Shimon Bar Yochai and Rabbi Nachman, already missed it. We know that it's one thing. But in that famous Hakdama, that famous introduction, so to speak, the prereq, the intro to all of Likutei Moharan, Reb Shimon ben Yochai hivtiach, Rashbi promised, Shelo tishtakach Torah mi Yisrael al yado. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai promised, like he did in the Gemara, that Torah will never be forgotten from Klal Yisrael. But there's a diuk that you can make in this Hakdama here. That's a different girsa, that's a different language than what's brought down in the Gemara and Shabbos. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai yivtiach shelo tishkachach Torah mi Yisrael. Listen carefully. Al yado. Al yado. Now, pshat is, the simple understanding is that Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai is referring to himself. And that those tzadikim, like Rashbi, like Rabbi Nachman, see themselves and are comfortable saying, I'm an ish pele. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm a shining light of God in the world, and I see Pnei Elokim, and the Torah won't be forgotten through me, al yado. But that's just the basic understanding. It could be that there's something more. Everyone knows the Karliner said that Kol mi sheyesh emunah b'Rashbi, anybody who has emunah in Rashbi, yesh lo chizuk b'Rashbi, can draw strength from Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. If we believe in the koach of that tzaddik, then we can draw strength from him. And said the Karliner, Kishem sheHashem yisbarach lakol, just like Hashem is for everyone, so to speak, kach Rashbi hu lakol. So too Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai has a shaychos to everyone, is connected to everyone, afilu l'pchusim, even to the pchutim, to the lowest. Maybe what Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, what Rabbi Nachman is saying about Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, that he promised that Torah won't be forgotten al yado is not just about Rabbi Shimon, and it's not just about Rabbi Nachman, but al yado is referring to the person who's holding the book. You're holding the Sefer in our hand. We're learning the Torah. We're here on the Zoom gathering here with the Shlomo Katz project. We're all aspiring to have shaychus to that tzaddik and have to believe that that tzaddik is aspiring to have a relationship with us, because Torah won't be forgotten from Klal Yisrael al yado, through me, through you, through us. We're the ones who are giving Reb Shimon legs in the world. We're the ones who are giving kiyum to Reb Shimon in the world. It's us who in our own way are trying to grab on with whatever we can to what comes after destruction, after Churban, to not give up hope, to keep the fire of Rashbi going. Mibsari, through my flesh, echze Eloka, I could see God. Tzamalacha nafshi, my soul. Kamalcha basari, with my mangal, and my baby pool in the backyard, and my little fire, and my little cocktail or beer or whatever we're trying to do to connect ourselves to this day. Opening up a sefer and saying, Ribbon Shalom, I want to be close to you. Tapping into this, to these nigunim, to this experience together. We are the story. Kol mi sheyesh emuna barashbi. Anybody who has a belief in that tzaddik that we aspire to be connected, and that tzaddik is aspiring, so to speak, waiting for us for 2,000 years, saying, yes, you and Tinek, and you and Efrat, and you Harvey and Roslyn, and you, Michelle's and Modi'in, and everybody wherever you are, and you Eitan Katz and Tinek, and you Reb Simcha and Chevron, and you Judah, with your fleshige life, with your, eating too many pargiot this afternoon, you are with your flesh. You're aspiring to see God, and I have a kiyum, an existence in the world because of you, and because of you, and because of us. Torah is not forgotten in Klal Yisrael. Then we have chizuk barashbi. And kishem sh'Hashem yisbarach lakol, just like God is for everyone, Rashbi lakol. But these last couple words of the Karliner, that I don't know, it always rubbed me a little bit wrong. Rabbi Arna from Karlin could say that Rashbi is afilu lepchusim, even to the lowly ones. We don't talk like that. We don't talk about other people like that, about other Jews like that. Pchutim, that we have more and we're higher and they're lower. But maybe that's not what it means. Maybe afilu lepchusim, even those of us who look at ourselves as being pachot, like I'm unworthy. I don't know. Maybe Shimon's excited to see me. I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine that these Tsadikim are happy that I'm coming. Maybe. I don't know. Afilu lepchusim, even when we look at ourselves as pachot, as less, because maybe I didn't daven so strong today, or maybe I'm not learning so strong, or maybe, my observance leaves a lot to be desired. And what can I be? What really can I be a part of this story? These great tzaddikim who are flying on carpets and smiting dragons with the name of God. What shaychus do I have to them? Afilu lepchusim, even for those of us and us who sometimes feel that way. Rashbi lakol. Reb Shimon Bar Yochai is there and says, I'm with you. I know that there's a secret beneath that self-doubt. There's something deeper. There's something more real, called the real you and the real me. Because HaShem, Torah, and a Yid are all one. It's today's Daf Yomi. It's today's Daf Yomi. The discussion of wearing bells, adornments. And Rabbi Yoshaya says that there was a Tana who permitted, in that situation, Klal Yisrael, these Jews, to walk around wearing bells on their garments, to adorn themselves. Even if maybe they were pchusim. Even if maybe they felt they were unworthy or the situation wasn't appropriate. There was one Tana, that Rabbi Yoshaya says in our Daf Yomi today, who said, let them wear bells on their garments, let them walk around feeling good about themselves. BaOmer, Kol Yisrael b'nei malachim heim. And that was Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. Amar Rabbi Yoshaya, Reb Shimon he. Then Reb Shimon Bar Yochai says, let a Jew walk around feeling good about himself. Let him adorn himself with bells and with garments of a Ben Melech, because that's who we are. BaOmer is our day to just reimagine ourselves, to just see the best in ourselves, to see good in ourselves and in each other, to be mechabed ourselves so that we can respect other people, to love ourselves so that we can love others, and to realize that these tzaddikim The Tana Elokei Rav Shimon Bar Yochai is waiting for us to just invite him into our lives, to tell him our secrets, and to tell each other our secrets of how good we are, to share a milah tova about ourselves. And with that emunah that we have in ourselves, God willing, we'll be able to share this with others. We'll be able to make this world a place that's shining with the light of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that we could share our secrets openly, and we could tell the world how good we are and how good the world is. Hashem is waiting for us. Mirz Hashem, this BaOmer, the time where we reassert our belief in ourselves and the belief in these Tsadikim, and more importantly, the belief that these Tsadikim have in us.
Milah tova, Rav Judah. That's what it always boils down to. Thank you. Be'ava. Thanks to Ora. Thanks to the kids for allowing this. Be'emet. Thank you so much. Sheniske, we live 20 minutes away from each other, and I think I've seen you more on the screen in the last few days than God knows. We'll take care of that. Say it for another time. Sorry, Chevra. Chevra, there's someone that's brought to us a lot of simanim baderech, a lot of signs along the way, a lot of shir lema'alot. It's my zchut to open all of our hearts together with our dear chaver, Ne'im Zmirot Yisrael, Rabbi Yosef Karduner.
נשמת רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, זכותו יגן עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמן. נספר קצת תולדותיו של רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, שהוא מהדור השני של התנאים, אחרי חורבן בית שני. נולד בארץ ישראל, בגליל. היה תלמיד מובהק של רבי עקיבא. רבי עקיבא הסמיך אותו לא רע. אחרי פטירתו של רבי עקיבא, הוא פתח ישיבה בצידון, הרביץ שם תורה לתלמידים. חיבר הרבה דברים, ביניהם את עולה על הכל, הזוהר הקדוש, שוב החברה הקדישה חיברו אותו. מקובל שהוא נפטר בל"ג בעומר, לפי הקבלה הוא נפטר בל"ג בעומר. היה אז מחלוקת גדולה, המונים הגיעו להלוויה. הייתה מחלוקת גדולה איפה לקבור אותו, כולם התווכחו, רצו כל אחד שיקבר אצלהם. אבל ברגע שהמיטה יצאה מהבית, אז כבר הפסיקה המחלוקת, כי המיטה בעצמה התרוממה מהאוויר והתחילה ללכת, והיה עמוד אש שהיה לפני המיטה, והוליך אותה עד למערה במירון. שם נוערים מכל העולם, כל שנה נוערים מכל העולם, אנשים לחגוג את ההילולה של רבי שמעון בר יוחאי. אנחנו היום נחגוג מכאן, נדליק נר לכבוד נשמת רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, של כמה שירים, נספר קצת סיפורים. רק שנייה נשים קצת שמן זית. זה כזכותו של נשמת רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, זכותו יגן עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמן. לכבוד התנא אלוקי רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, לכבוד התנא אלוקי בהילולה דבר יוחאי, לכבוד התנא אלוקי רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, לכבוד התנא אלוקי בהילולה דבר יוחאי, לכבוד התנא אלוקי רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, לכבוד התנא אלוקי בהילולה דבר יוחאי. בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי שמן משחת קודש המשכת ממידת הקודש, נשאת ציץ נדר הקודש חבוש על ראשך בערך. בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי נזרת בגבורה, ובמלחמת אשדת השערה, בחרב הוצאת ביתרה, שהלפת נגד צורריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי במקום אבי לשיש, הגעת ופני אריאל איש, גם גולת כותרת על איש, דשורו בישורך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי בקודש הקודשים, קם יערוך מחדש חודשים, שבע שבתות סוד 50, כאשרת כשרשים שעריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות, אוי בר יוחאי י' חוכמה קדומה, השקפת לכבוד הפנימה, למד בנתיבות ראשית תרומה, עד קירוב המשך סיפורך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי אור מופלא וממעלה, ירדת מלהביט כי רב לה, תעלומה בעין דומה לה, גם תעין לא תשורך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי אשרי יולדתך, אשרי האב אמונתך, ואשרי העומדים על סודך, אלו שחושדו בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך, ואשרי הנושאים על ציונך, והלומדים מאמריך, בר יוחאי המשכת אשריך, שמצסות בחבריך. תודה רבה. השיר הבא שאני רוצה לשיר בעזרת השם יתברך, קוראים לו ידיד נפש. אספר סיפור לפני זה. עוד מזמן הארי הקדוש, זכר צדיק, קדוש לברכה, זכותו להגן עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמן, היה נוהג הארי הקדוש וכל החבריה שלו לעלות בל"ג בעומר כל הלילה למירון ולשמוח בהילולה דבר יוחאי. ופעם אחת בל"ג בעומר, בזמן שהיו רוקדים, שמו לב שזה יהודי הדור, זקן הדור, פנים מהירות, שעומד, רוקד עם כל הציבור ביחד ומשמח את כולם. מעליב את כל הציבור, ואחרי זה הוא בא אל הארי הקדוש, לוקח אותו ביחד ורוקד אותו ביחידות, אותו יהודי הזה שאף אחד לא הכיר אותו, ורוקד עם הארי הקדוש ביחד, בהתלהבות ובשמחה, כשעה, ואחרי כן לפתע הוא הולך ופונה לגבאי של הבית הכנסת, בית כנסת של האריזל, שיש שם הרבה צדיקים באותה תקופה, בית יוסף, אלשיך, הרב שלמה קץ, עוד הרבה צדיקים. היה שם גם את הגבאי של הבית הכנסת, רבי אלעזר אזכרי. אותו יהודי המיוחד הזה עם הפנים המהירות והזקן ההדור, לוקח את רבי אלעזר אזכרי ורוקד איתו ביחד עם הארי הקדוש ביחד. הציבור מאוד התלהב, פשוט מחא כפיים, התלהב מהשמחה הגדולה שהייתה שם. ולפנות בוקר הגיע הזמן תפילת שחרית, התחילו להתכונן לתפילת שחרית, והתלמידים של הארי הקדוש באו לארי הקדוש ושאלו אותו מחילה מכבוד תורתו של הארי הקדוש. אבל זה לא נאה לארי הקדוש שירקוד עם הגבאי של בית הכנסת. זה לא כל כך מתאים. אז הארי הקדוש צחק ואמר, מה אני יכול לעשות עם רבי שמעון בכבודו ועצמו, רבי שמעון בר יוחאי בכבודו ועצמו, הוא בא, הוא לקח אותו ורקד איתו. אז מהסיפור הזה אנחנו רואים כמה דברים. א', שרבי שמעון בר יוחאי בא שנה בשנה להשתתף עם הציבור שבאים למירון ולשמוח בשמחה שלו. גם מאז גילו שהרבי אלעזר אזכרי הוא לא היה סתם גבאי של בית כנסת, סתם מסדר את הספסלים, אלא הוא היה צדיק נסתר שהסתיר והצניע את עצמו, באמת היה צדיק גדול. רבי אלעזר אזכרי גם כן חיבר את הספר חרדים, וגם את הפיוט שנקרא ידיד נפש, שכולם שרים אותו לפני התפילה, פיוט של דבקות לפני התפילה. ידיד נפש אהבה רחמה בשוך עבדך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו איה ישתחווה אל מול הדרך ידידותיך מנופת צוף בכל טעם הדור נאה זיו העולם נפשי חולת אהבתך אנא אל נא אוי רפנה לה להראות לה נועם זיווך אז תתחזק ותתרפא והייתה לה שמחת עולם והייתה לה שמחת עולם. ועתיק, אוי ועתיק, ימונה רחמך, מחוסנה על בין אהוביך, כי זה כמה נחשפתי לראות מרע ותפארת עוזך אלך חמדה ליבי מחוסנה ואל תתעלה היגלנה ופרוס חביבי עליי את סוכת שלומך תאיר ארץ מכבודך נגילה ונשמחה בך המועד וכוננו כימי עולם וכוננו כימי עולם. נספר איזה סיפור על זוג שהיה בצידון, שכבר היה איזה 10 שנים שחיו ביחד ולא היה להם ילדים. וידוע שאחרי 10 שנים אז יש מצווה פורבו להביא ילדים, אז אחרי 10 שנים שלא ילדים ניגשו לרבי שמעון בר יוחאי ולבקש לצערם להיפרד כדי שיוכלו להביא ילדים, להתחתן מחדש. אז רבי שמעון אמר להם, כן, אתם צריכים להתגרש, כן, אבל את הגירושין אתם תעשו כמו שעשיתם את החתונה. זאת אומרת, כמו שעשיתם את החתונה בשמחה, בסעודה, בתזמורת, ככה גם התגרשו, אותו דבר. התפלו, הזוג התפלו, אבל שמעו לצדיק, וככה הם עשו סעודה גדולה, הזמינו את כל החברים, ובסוף הלילה ככה, שכבר הבעל הבית של החתן היה כבר שטוי ושמח מאוד ושטוי, הוא אמר לאשתו, אשתי, תקחי את הדבר הכי טוב שלך פה בבית, שיש פה בבית, תקחי אותו לבית של אבא שלך ולהתראות. טוב, וככה הוא נרדם, אותו הבעל נרדם, ולפנות בוקר הוא מתעורר, הוא מוצא את עצמו בבית של חמיו, בבית של ההורים של אשתו. הוא שואל את אשתו, מה עשית? תגידי, מה עשית? אז היא אמרה לו, אתה אמרת לי לקחת את הדבר הכי טוב מהבית ולהביא אותו לבית של ההורים שלי. אתה, הדבר הכי טוב, הדבר הכי טוב שלי. אז הם לא יודעים מה לעשות, ראו שכך אוהבים אחד את השני, חזרו חזרה לרבי שמעון בר יוחאי. וסיפרו לו את הסיפור. שבאמת עשו סעודה ועשו את הכל וניסו להיפרד, וזה מה שקרה. רבי שמעון אמר, ראה שהוא ככה אוהבים אחד את השני וקשה להם להיפרד אחד מהשני. הוא הבטיח להם שהוא יתפלל עליהם, ובאמת, לאחר שנה, הזוג הזה נפקדו בבנים. צדיק תגן עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמן. אני רוצה לשיר עכשיו, בעזרת השם, שיר מתוך הדיסק החדש, שיצא לפני כחודשיים. הדיסק נקרא שעה אחת, והמילים הם מתוך ספר המידות של רבי נחמן, זכותו יגן עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמן. החלק הראשון אומר, טוב לבלות זמן רב בשביל שעה אחת שיתקרב לצדיק. יש מראה מקומות שאומר שזה לקוח מתוך מסכת חגיגה, שזה תלמיד חכם אחד, קראו לו רב אידי, אביו של רבי יעקב בר אידי, שהוא היה הולך אחרי פסח 3 חודשים לישיבה, לומד שם יום אחד, וחוזר חזרה עוד 3 חודשים לבית, לאשתו, לשמח אותה בחג הסוכות. וכולם צחקו עליו שהוא בר ברב אחד יומו, תלמיד חכם של יום אחד. אבל רבי יוחנן הוא אמר, דרש את הפסוק, אותי יום יום תדרשון. מה זה יום יום תדרשון ולא לילה? אז הוא אמר שאדם שלומד יום אחד בשנה, מעלה כתוב כאילו למד כל השנה. זה לא בעניין של התקרבות לצדיקים, שזוכים להגיע לצדיק, שווה לבלות הרבה זמן, להתקרב לצדיק, כי שתורמים יום אחד טעם של התקרבות לצדיק, התקרבות לקדוש ברוך הוא, והבנה בתורה, וזה שווה את כל הזמן הזה. החלק השני של השיר זה ביאת המשיח, תלוי בקרבת הצדיק. ונכון שעכשיו הרבה מאיתנו לא יכולים לגשת לציון של רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, אבל ההתפשטות של הצדיק נמצא בכל העולמות, כמו שרבי נחמן אמר, בכל העולמות, ואפשר ללמוד את התורה של הצדיק, לדבר מהצדיק, ולהתקרב על ידי זה לצדיק, השם יברך יזכנו, שנזכה גם כן לביאת המשיח, במהרה בימינו אמן. זמן רב, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, זמן רב, בשביל שעה אחת שיתקרב לצדיק, 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 טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, טוב לבלות, זמן רב, בשביל שעה אחת שיתקרב לצדיק, 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 ביד המשיח תלוי בקרבת הצדיק, 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 עכשיו, אם יוצא השם, יוצא לשיר את השיר, רק אתם תחזיקו את עצמכם ביחד. השיר הזה, המילים שלו, זה מילים שרבנו הקדוש אמר לפני הסתלקותו, שאולי יום או לילה או שתי לילות לפני שהוא נפטר, שלא האמינו שהוא מסתלק, הוא נפרד מאיתנו הצדיק. אז רבנו הקדוש אמר להם, רק תחזיקו את עצמכם ביחד, אז תהיו אנשים כשרים. זה העצה, כשצריך להסתלק מאיתנו, העצה היא להתחזק, להיות ביחד, להשתדל מאוד מאוד להתרחק ממחלוקות, ממריבות, מאוד להסתכל על הטוב אחד של השני. כמו שרבי שמעון אמר, ענן בחביבות עטליא מילתא. כל העניין שבספירת העומר נפטרו כך הרבה תלמידים של רבי עקיבא, שלא נהגו כבוד זה בזה. ורבי שמעון אמר, אבל ענן, אנחנו בחביבות עטליא מילתא. העניין שלנו תלוי בחביבות, בידידות, באהבה שבינינו. גם רבנו הקדוש אמר במקום אחר, שאתם תתפללו ביחד באהבה, תמשכו אותי אליכם. הצדיק יימשך אלינו על זה שנתפלל ביחד באהבה. חיברתי לזה גם כן עוד מילים. אנא השם ברחמך רבים, שלח לנו רוח טהורה ממרומים. לפעמים יש רוח השם רעה, רוח רעה שמסתובבת, שזה לא תמיד רק באשמתנו. יש כזה רוח רעה שמסתובבת, שמסתכלים רע אחד על השני. אז חיברתי תפילה על זה שהקדוש ברוך הוא ישלח לנו רוח טהורה, שנראה בכל אחד רק את הטוב, את המיוחד, ועל זה נזכה להחזיק עצמנו ביחד, נזכה לגאולה שלמה, במהרה בימינו, אמן. רק אתם תחזיקו עצמכם, תחזיקו עצמכם ביחד. רק אתם תחזיקו עצמכם, תחזיקו עצמכם ביחד. ועל ידי זה תהיו, ועל ידי זה תהיו אנשים כשרים. ועל ידי זה תהיו, ועל ידי זה תהיו אנשים כשרים. טה-דה-ניי, ניי, 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 פידי-דיי, ניי, 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 פידי-דיי, דה-דה-דיי, דה-דה-דיי, פידי-דיי, ניי, ניי, פידי-דיי, ניי, ניי, דה-דה-דיי. נשאיר אולי עוד שיר אחד לסיום, של המעלות, שיהיה לגאולה, שיהיה לרפואת כל החולים ולגאולת ישראל, לגאולת ישראל בקרוב, ברחמים. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, ואתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם גדולה, יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, ואתה ועד עולם. אוי 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 נה נה נה, ניי 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 ניי, נה 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 נה, אוי נה נה נה, ניי 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 ניי, נה 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 נה, ניי 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 ניי, ניי 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 ניי, ניי 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 ניי, ניי 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 ניי
Rabbi Yosef, toda rabba al mikveh. Thank you for the mikveh, Rabbi Yosef, like only you know how to do. Chavri, as we say good night, good evening, good afternoon, good yantiv to all of you. I want to thank you all once again. Thank you to my brother. Thank you to Rav Judah Mischel. Thank you to Yosef Karduner. Thank you to Shimon Detweiler. Thank you to all the Chevra here, all over the place, wherever you are. This is family business. Keep shuto. Keep shuto. I also really want to specifically thank, again, all the sponsors, as well as wish refuah shlema for Mary Yeshua HaKohen Ben Rezel, Rosa Basfega. Continued refuah shlema for our dear teacher, Chaim Kramer, Chaim Menachem Ben Leah. And to really thank Reb Aryeh Weiss, Mishpachat Bellows and Mishpachat Kalfa for their sponsorships, for making nights like this, events like this, really that much sweeter. To all of you, thank you. We bid you a farewell. Let's get back together really soon in person here in Ir HaKodesh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. כולנו קדושים